All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome from for another stream. This one a bit really unannounced and not really planned on the usual time. Here now on Wednesday. Let me get this going. Looking here. And today is just a continuation from Monday's stream, where I'll kind of be going, continuing on what we have, and I've tried to, I tried to connect it to Figma, because it still gives me some errors, but I did have a success of it actually at least being able to read the Figma file. So that's, I think, is pretty good. So let me just put out some comments and everything. I'm streaming now on YouTube, X, and Rumble. So especially if you're on Rumble, please say hi in the chat to let me know that things are working as expected. And without further ado, we'll get into it. My name is Andwarak, aka Storyteller CZ. And today we are coding with Windsurf. We'll be trying to implement here this, because the save mode here, this toggle, and maybe a little bit more of this general design on this screen. Also, please let me know if you heard any background noises. I have my window open because it's getting super hot here. We'll have to see what I'm going to do about the summer streams, especially starting next month when the temperature will really start ramping up, I would say. So for pretty cold. I won't be able to keep drinking my tea anymore. That's the sad part. Also, as you can see, I have a bit of a new setup. When I move my microphone and my computer from this side to this side. So again, let me know if anything else will come up or not. So yeah, we'll be implementing this from Figma. And let me turn off the noises of my phone so that I can be fully focused on you guys. And here we go. Let's jump back into it. All right, let's get started. First, we will need to implement the design for the toggle. Let's jump here. This is just this frame specifically. Coupling to the selection. This one. I need to switch here to the writing mode. Just testing how Cassie. Please create a new component for this in the core components form and make sure that technically it is compatible with React final form, like the other components in that directory. Let's see. So just wondering, I'm using the MCP integration stuff. So you put in kind of your API key where it should go, or like the settings for that, and then it should be able to access. And Windsurf also specifically, apologies, has okay, with Windsurf, I think, though, I'm using here GPT 4.1, which is right now for free, but it has this that it doesn't really has the context yet. Please make sure to remember the coding rules. We use styled components for design. And let's look here at this. So this is what I was worried about, that it's, and this is what Cloud 3.7 that I've used previously has been already, let's say, working fine, is that it understands the context, it's aware of it, and here I had to remind and remember the GPT 4.1 that it should actually freaking read the rules that are for the project, which is not cool. So okay, we have something. We have the label, we have the hidden checkbox, toggle slider, and some other please check the component and see if there are any other components that you can reuse. That you can reuse in here. If you find one that might be close but might require adjustments, please let me know. We will decide on case-by-case basis. For example, instead of wrapper, you could use the input row. Okay. So I'm going to close the window here because it's making too much noise and distracting me. Like this. So that's closed, but of course that means it's going to get hotter here much sooner. That's a lot of wind today and yesterday. I see we have some more people coming in. Hello, everybody. Let me know in the chat if where you're watching from. I'm streaming on YouTube, X, and Rumble. I'm not sure if the X comments will make it through or Rumble ones, but feel free to try. Let me know where you're watching from. So if you want me to all form-filling toggles to have consistent row layout, makes sense to adapt input row for this use. This would require a small adjustment to input row to allow rendering custom components instead of always using input with error. If you agree, I can propose a refactor for input row to support children prop, making it more flexible for use with custom controls. Let me see. Input row. I don't think that should be necessary. And input with error. Oh yes, I see. That's a good point. No. Let's keep things as they are. And I want to be here. Let's see. We have the wrapper. It's the class names. And disabled error text. Okay. Make sure that all the colors refer to our existing color palette we use. And let me actually check. And in this case, I prefer to use actually, let's see. I prefer to use, like, for searching, I find WebStorm superior, among other things. But let's see, we use palette function from styled tools, among other. Please make sure that as many of the variables in CSS use existing ones defined in the themes. Let's see if it's going to figure this one out. Now, right now, since it's for free, this model, of course, for testing, then I'm allowing it to be a bit more wordy and asking for permissions and all that other stuff. Otherwise, I would have probably spent a little bit more time to make sure that it is not as wordy and kind of burning needless tokens away as it's right now doing for a lot of the things. So let it analyze, let it cook. Let's see how it's going to edit this and make it work. To say, like comparing these Cloud 3.7 and GPT 4.1, right now I kind of find Cloud a little bit or actually a lot better, but it may also be because I'm more used to it. But the output in cloud, I think, is much more respectful of the rules, while as you get, see that I had here already to remind it about all those rules. So, and again, it's almost doing this. I don't want export default. This is not necessary. In the forums, and it will always match your project's color palette and theming rules. Would you like to proceed with integrating the story in universe setting form? We want to review the components further. Let's create a story entry with this field so that we can check it out in our storybook, and I can see how it looks like before we start implementing it. It was a very, very vague command. I have not done any references, so that could be better. But I can also want to see if it now knows this tool, or if it will be able to figure out. Oh, almost. It has created here a good story. This is, and this is especially something that I want to do for a lot of these. I'm still also, if it can easily then to create them, that would be awesome. I'm still a bit split if I want to have these one here in separate stories or not. Move the story file to stories/core. So let's do that. I wonder if this is going to get moved or if it will get stuck there. That would be an interesting. Okay, so it's there. Let's see if it's stuck here. It stayed here as well. So let's remove that. And let's see. Okay, at least it has the correct input and everything. And let me see. I'm going to start via my WebStorm, the storybook, cd app, npm around storybook. And let's see if everything works fine, and if we can have if things are going to work well. Okay, storybook has started. The core and let's move this, minimize, and it was the input toggle. So it should be under I. Oh, it has here form, input toggle switch. Okay. Doesn't look half bad. Disabled. Okay. And let's see, it's light theme and that's dark theme. We'll have to kind of fix that a little bit more in the future, but Okay, so first things first is parent accent publishing, initial values, disabled true, disabled false, but it's not toggling because it's stuck. That's something that we have to really look into. And let me write our designer just a quick question. So what we need to do here looks nice, but I can't toggle the toggle. It is always set to false. So let's see if it figures out how to fix that. Do we have anything in here? Nothing yet. And let's go back to Windsurf and see what it says. Okay, refactor to accept input and meta props like your input checkbox and other components. Remove the internal use field stage. Okay, so it did not finish that properly, even though I specifically asked that it should be using all the other things like before. So let's input is not defined. This is something that I kind of noticed with GPT, that you really have to be specifically tell it about each of the file, because once it finishes, it's done with it. It completely forgets that it's touching the other file. See that story in Storybook. So that's really a big minus. That's, I think, where most of the issues I have are coming through. That it tends to just look on one file and not holistically. So that makes me a bit unhappy. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh it over here. Let's see if it's still running properly there as well. And we are getting error. I am getting the following error in Storybook. I also want to check if it's just, okay, it's all of them, it's the same thing. So let it see if I can fix it. And also, interestingly, I would say Claude also asked to run the application, which so far GPT here has failed to do, which is interesting. Or at least maybe once it asked. So really not sure. Then we have here Grok 3. So that's something that I'm also looking to see, because it had some recently just released some new stuff there. So that might be for some other time. But in order to do that, guys, please help me out so I can afford these things. You can help a little bit, just liking and subscribing, or you can sponsor me on GitHub, which gives me the funds and time as a result to be able to play with these things and show you what's cooking. Gonna do the mistakes so you don't have to, and generally spend more time on open source. So and you will, of course, also get more access to me, so we can ask questions about problems specific to your domain. Okay, it says it fixed the storybook. Indeed, it has. Oh. Oh my God, it cannot even do this basic thing. Okay, so I want Windsurf. I want to quickly check here. Okay, and I give it the last chance to fix itself, and then I'm actually going to look and see what's going on there. Okay, click the toggle. It goes into true state, but then I can never return to false state when I click on it again. Also, it should toggle the image, or toggle the look to make it look that it is on. So the circle should move to the right, if I can, and the background behind the let's just call it the inner background should turn into our primary color to make it more distinct. And I've already asked our designer, Henry, to see if he can locate, because we have a lot of these boards designs, if he can locate for me the rest of it. Like, seriously, guys, it should be, this is something that should be kind of clear, but apparently it is not for GPT, that it should be like a full toggle. Okay, let's see what it did with these changes on. Okay, did it actually change? Oh, wait, could it not have changed the store, I have not seen any. I did not see any changes in there. It should be hidden checkbox, and based on that, it should. Okay, so here it does the checked. The on-change handler now toggles the value to the opposite of its current state, regardless of how the value is stored, Boolean, string, or number. That is very strange. Let me see the Figma for this, and let's see if our system can handle it. Maybe I can jump it. So yes, this is not the one. And resolving out here. So let me this switch. Let's copy link to selection. Okay, I have found the second. I have found the design for both states. Please review the design and make sure to implement the toggle states for the design. Now I'm curious here because, as you see, I'm selecting this entire part. So I'm curious to see if it will recognize that. Oh, we have an error here. That's not good. It had a moment ago, so it's let's see. Maybe if I can kind of jump a little bit back, and maybe if I can get this entire thing. Try this link. Why cannot it do it? Because just a moment ago, it worked fine. So that is very strange that it no longer has the access. So, but what I can try to do, export forms. So let me just download that. Just put it here. Here is the screenshot. Okay, let's. Okay. Off state background light gray knob or white with some shadow, no border highlight knob on the left. On state bright blue. Your primary color. It's not my primary color. White shadow, no border highlight knob on the right. Or toggle is spill shaped, fully rounded ends. Now the circular transition in states is smooth. The wheel size is about 40 pixels wide and 9 pixels tall, which is your current code. No extra outlines or borders on either state. What we need to improve, ensure the off state is light gray or similar. Ensure on state is your primary. I know for sure the primary 0 is our purple. That's not the case. That must always be pure white. Let's subtle drop shadow, remove any border present, make sure the transition is smooth for the logo should not appear flat. I will now refine. What was changed? Did it though? Okay. I'm not so sure about that. Okay. In a storybook, I can't the toggle doesn't work. You can see the state change in the output, but the toggle doesn't move. And let's actually check the toggle switch here to see if that actually makes sense. I think this is going to work much better. The checked Boolean value here like that. Or maybe not. Let's reload. Okay. So I don't see. I'm a bit curious, maybe if the issue is not in the final form. Okay, so input toggle switch for the field to render. Put meta. This could be done better, but curious. Values prevent accidental publishing. Still nothing has changed. I think the issue might be in a storybook. You are not using form spy to display the actual value. In the component itself, you might just be receiving the initial value instead of the current value. Please check React final form docs for more info. Let's see if this works. Debugging what? You're confine form if you destruct your input from the field render propass, the value will be always be up to date if you use value. Wait, that doesn't make any sense, but okay, put it in the form spy here, subscription. So this is going to work. Next step, I will update your stories to use form spy. For the life value, ensure the toggle works as expected. No, it does not. Let me try to, something else happens here. Let me try to reset it. There is some error. Argument name crash. So let me try to reset our storybooks to see if that works. It's still building. Okay. No. The issue is that once I click on the toggle, I see the value in form spy to change to on, but the toggle doesn't change. And when I click on it again, instead of the value going to off, it remains on. And this is the last chance, and then I have to kind of go in. So it says the root chase, default input type checkbox expects on change handler to receive the DOM event, and React final form expects the value to be set to event target check. By calling on change checks, you are bypassing the standard event signature, which breaks React final form internal state machine. This can lead to the value being stuck on true and never toggling back. I think replace onChange checked with onChanged E, or even just better onChange input onChange. Okay, but then you have the problem that you have the checked here remains the same, and it did not change that. So it will be stuck. No. Sadly not. No, that did not fix it. I think that this is where we are getting into that it kind of thinks it knows what it's doing, but it's not knowing that's what it's doing. Also, please provide prop that or prop for a function that can be called when called on change as, and make sure that React final form is not necessary to the basic functioning in case we need to use this component outside of a form. I think this might kind of maybe potentially prod it in the correct direction, because I think what it's trying here to do is too much controlling of the input, and if it just allowed it potentially kind of going back to maybe a state, then it might work. Always call the provided onChange prop if present with the new set value. If both in onChange are present, call both. Let's see what's going to happen. Checked prop. Let's see if this helps. Let's do just a reload just in case. I guess okay, what else did it do? Implementation plan. Please update the storybook. Story. And it's not respecting a few other things, but I can let that slide because we want to. Okay, disabled standalone. Oh, there we go. Yeah, when it's standalone, it works. Standalone control, disabled. But when inside a final form, it's stuck. Okay, stand alone. It works. Oh, and by the way, as I said, the primary color here is our purple, not the blue it thinks it is. So there it misconstrued a little bit of what I was saying there. Standalone. It works when used in React final form. It gets stuck in the on position. Instead of relying on final form for the current value, just send final form the change and only take the that's about the stuff because we want to have that in case of a form. If I change something in one place, that it changes it in the other. That is the issue that we have there. So I will have to probably jump in here, figure out which change input is final form input on change if new checked. Yes, that's correct. Apologies, guys. I'm going to grab myself some sugary treats. Because I need to finish them. Let's see. So last chance for it to work. And no. So now it's time for human interaction. Let's check here what we have here in the stories. Here's something on submit. Initial value is false. Then there is handle submit. I'm wondering maybe if I don't have to do like a subscription here, potentially for the changes of values. Something I have to think about. Type checkbox. toggle switch input meta. Looks great. I don't see anything problematic here in the story. So that gets us to this beast. So is control. It's final form. Why? I think so. If it's final form, checked is input dot value. So first things first, we want to see what we get in the input. If it is controlled, then it's the checked is opposite of we have here an issue forbidden non-null assertion. I'll fix that later. And then if nothing else, then check equals uncontrolled. So I want to see also what checked is here. And then we have to, I'm not sure. Or let's do it like that, console log. Check. Check that, see what we have coming there. And then we have, set uncontrolled, check if it's not final form and it's not controlled. Okay, good. I can get behind that. Input prop is final form, then it does the input stuff in there, and otherwise it's just empty. Good, no problem there. I think here this is the issue, that it does the checked and area checked. Okay, but that should be from the so that should be kind of like following from everything else. So that should be fine. And we have on change and we have disabled there. So on the first look, it looks fine. So we need to figure out what we are dealing here with. And we'll have here multiple ones. So let's check here the object, checked false, and then we have value. I think this is where it is. Where is the issue? Because since this is a checkbox, instead of value, it uses checked. So is that yes? So checked and input value. I am not familiar with this thing. Non-null assertion. Let me check what we have here. So this allows non-null assertion using the exclamation mark postfix operator. That's non-null assertion operator asserts that the type system that is expression non-null Okay, so we should just pretty much not use it. Using assertions to tell the type system new information is often a sign that code is not fully type safe. Yes, that is our case. We don't have types everywhere yet. It's an ongoing multi-year project. Remember to structure program logic so that TypeScript understands when values may be nullable. And honestly, this is not something that we need here. So I think just the input.check that was yes, that was it. Even though I specifically told it to read the documentation where this is set, if it actually went through it, then it wouldn't have been a problem. Fix the issue. Please see my change. Let's see what it's going to say here for itself. Let's see if it can figure it out. That's taking a little bit longer out than expected. Yes. Come on, we believe in you. And here I can actually do just okay. Great work. You change both input check and input value when determining the toggle state correct. Input prop for choose sometimes provides checked and value for native checkboxes and Boolean fields. Not entirely true. It just goes there. Goes that direction. Okay. I think in this case, then we have the. Let's quickly check here. Input attributes type checkbox. Okay, good. Should really not be an interface here. You could use type, but let's stick with it for now. Don't want to go into that. The font size and everything. Okay. Final change. Consider using alert for the help text and error text. Let's see if this is something more akin. Look, a lot of big search there. Wow. I think that would be like 177 results there. Kind of wonder how much would that be like credit-wise and everything on this. Okay, did some edit. What's with this import? Mamma mia. That's funny. Imports should be all on the top. Okay, alt text, info, danger. Make sure to update the storybook story with the two options displayed. And that will be, we have an error there. And that should hopefully go away. Actually, no, because this is a bad import. It should not be crazy like that. It should go. It should be here, I think. Oh, come on. That's again. This is a little bit where WebStorm is a bit more to my taste. Good. Let's see if can't resolve. Let me move to WebStorm to see that. If I can help it a little bit. Themes alert. No, that is correct. And it is correct. So what is the... Let's try that again. Let's try that again. And okay. All is fine now. So here we see the alert as it should be. I was expecting to also have there, the error. But I think this is pretty nice. But still, look at this. One little toggle took us 1 hour to implement properly with all these stuff. Not happy about that. That's really not productive. It would probably take me maybe half the time, maybe less. The thing is that it also has a lot of other bells and whistles that I might not do on my first rodeo with this. So that's kind of a benefit. And for me as a programmer, the big benefit is that it really can get the design as was expected there a little bit. But let's do let's go. Okay, so first of all, I'll do the accept, and I'm going to get Gitkraken open, and I'm actually going to save this so that we have this as a save point, just in case. Just in case. Okay, just apologies. I'm just doing this behind the scenes here. So save point done. Let's go and implement this on the settings form. Settings for the design provided for them. And what I'll do, I have to find the other one back here. I'll try to give it again this entire thing to see what's going to happen. And probably time to kill the storybook for now, but I want to try to implement then, first of all, to see if it remembers with this thing, and maybe if it can get there. Okay, so it did not remember my previous references. So I'll revert to this state on the story settings and universe settings. So we will be implementing this for and I just quickly need to find what is the name of the specifically prevent publishing. Input. So now it has exact references, knows where to go. So let's see. I'm not sure how Claude is with that. Okay, not exactly sure why it's doing the semantic search again. Okay, let's let it cook. Let's see what it will figure out. And in the meantime, let me kind of, guys, see your chats. No chats. Or is it just that I don't see it? Oh, and in the meantime, I can also run lintfix because, of course, it's not in the style that I'm using. So it should be fixed now. And here we'll have here booleans. Put like another little thing here. Okay, this is taking way too long. It should have just like went straight ahead, analyze it, and this is very, very, very curious. I would have thought that it would have kind of remembered, but just like looking at the output here, it almost seems like it completely forgot what we were doing up till now. That said, just by the way, guys, it's like a cool thing that you can actually see all the commands, kind of what we did. So it's pretty long, which I'm wondering if it's not part of that problem. But with GPT 4.1 specifically, one of the advertising thing about it was that it has like a huge memory specifically for coding and all that stuff that you can put in. I am personally looking forward in the future with GPT 4.1 or something similar, once we start implementing it in Literary Universe, to be an assistant for the writers and readers to kind of dump all the stories in the universe, the entire universe encyclopedia, so that it knows everything about it and it can answer that. Okay, this is really taking too long of a time. When I think was pretty specific. Okay, now it's going to editing, and let's see if it will just edit the area that around here on prevent publishing, and if it will go how it should, or if it's going to go crazy. And Henry here confirms that what I just said with the memory thingy. So input toggle. Okay. Checkbox. Oh, no. You do not remove this. That's a no-no. You need to have the checkbox there, otherwise it's not going to work properly. Maybe. Well, we have the value there, so instead of the checkbox that or the checked property, it would use value, but we want to keep it. We want to keep the type there. And that's because of accessibility. And which was that? Was story and nothing in. Okay, this is extremely disappointing because I told it specifically 2 files to fix, and change only fixed 1, and kind of finish without giving like any description that it usually does. So I've got the feeling that maybe I've stretched it too far for it to work any further. But let me get the system started. To actually see if, at least on the story setting, if it looks closer to the design that was desired by Henry, our designer. And it's going to take just a little bit. And in the meantime, I should probably consolidate my windows here. One big thing, what I really liked is that it didn't have any troubles with it didn't have any troubles with the Figma design, all that stuff. So if it can take away my bother of having to write the Figma stories, not the Figma storybook stories and the tests, then just that I could say productivity improvement is worth it, at least for me. So let's see here the implementation. Yeah, so it's already published, so it's disabled. It uses your this info thingy. Let's see what it's Henry. Okay, Henry used this approach where it's not in the info. Can keep that. We'll do the rest. Let's see. I want to see how it's going to interact within the existing. Do I have everything published here? No, this one is not yet published, I believe. Yes. So settings. Okay, now it's not option. And okay. Okay, so everything works. It's that's fine. Now we just have to decide how we want to display the info here and how we should do it. It will be, we kind of have to do the entire redesign of this, which I will not do today. I am not too fond of I don't want to do it right now. I'll just accept the changes here. And I'm going to see, please implement in the same manner on Story Universe settings. We just have to make sure that it has the type checkbox there as we wanted. And let's see the moment of truth. And then I'm just going to revert for the info bubble so that it uses the text. Toggle, simple tooltip, instead it goes. This is up. Why does it put it in here? I think this is, they still have some, at least that's how it looks to me. They might have still some issues maybe with the integration. Let's see, I think else not, because so it accepted everything. Okay, good work. But upon further review, we have decided not to use alert type info in the help text. Will either be text per the original implementation or a React component that will handle, or just our React component. Let's see if it can, we can fix that. And after this, for whatever remains, I will be starting a new conversation. So to see if that helps to fix some of the issues. So where is the change? I'm not sure I'm seeing it. Toggle switch help text. There's no need for that. Yeah, because as you can see, it's starting to forget things. Please use style component for the help text container and do the default text styling based on the form design from Figma. Let's see if it can remember that it had access it and all that stuff, which I'm afraid it won't. So help text, yes, this down here is fine. Also, like, given that like everything is, oh, that's interesting. You know, given everything is green, it looks like it has rewrote the entire file. Kind of wants me to accept changes, like accept everything. Let's jump here in the settings. I think we are fine with that. What do you say, Henry? For the dark theme and light theme, it will look a bit better, or according to the design. So, so that's an interesting thing. When we also saw there that it had like two run through, which okay. But of course, then we see that this is fine. So that makes it a bit harder to kind of realize what's going on. Not the best. Still kind of at least a little bit manageable than before. And do we have also the types here properly? Yes, help. Okay, that's fine. So from this, then we are kind of finished here, at least in this part. And yeah, it was all in all, how should I say it? Half an hour longer than I expected. I meant to toggle into settings. So let's save that. And let's see. So at least that's design-wise. Design-wise, I think we are finished here. Maybe with kind of like, but that will be then redone in another time. So I shall consider this issue closed, which is great. And I want to kind of look back here into this, see if there is a quick buttons and all that stuff. Something that I have not, or at least not in too much. Something that needs a bit of redesign, because I kind of want to see, kind of do one. And let's see, I think the cards will need a bit of redesign as well. I think breadcrumbs already exist like that. Oh, the mobile one. I think that might be a bit too much. The drop down. Okay. But let's do the tabs. Yes, tabs. Tabs can always use a bit of an improvement. They are not the best right now. Or Henry, since you are here as well, is there like any element in particular that you would like to be implemented that I should focus on? Maybe the accordion. But in the meantime, what I want to try is how it will be doing with generating stories for some of these. So I want to specifically adjust things here. Oops, I need to get rid of this. So I need you to please generate a storybook story for input OPT. Place it in the proper place in the what? Okay, let's try again. At storybook. Okay. /stories. It's stories, not storybook. What? Come on. Why is this? There we go. Up stories folder. Make sure to provide different states. The input can be in. Let's see if it can do this one. This one is also very much taken from the chat UI or chat CN UI, or whatever is the name of it, of the big one that's being used right now. And let me check if we have here. I think, let's see, we have input in general. Core input, and how did it name this thing? Form. So I think I want to change this to form as well, so that we kind of keep things together. It may also make sense. Let's see. Form input OTP. Let's start our storybook. And see what we have. What here, and then we'll Henry says he was looking into breadcrumbs. So as storybooks is starting, I'll find tabs. Where was the breadcrumbs? Yeah, over here. So I'll look into that as well. We'll see how to kind of see. So core, and here we have the different inputs. Input OTP. Yes, that's perfect. Actually, while I'm at it, simulated file state is not and disabled is not also working, so that's actually something that we have to look into. And actually, let me try. I have noticed that I can input letters into input OTP. OTP only produces numbers. Can you please make sure that only numbers can be inputted? Let's see if it can do that. So it might go with the just number input restriction. Kind of curious if that's, but I think that how it's done design-wise, that might actually be good enough. Okay, I think it is checking into npm. So I'm not sure if it's double checking or if it's looking maybe for a regular expression on the digits. So I think it was looking for, ooh, okay. I already have this here, so that's fine. Pattern, regular expression on the digits, input type, input mode numeric. Let's see. Yes, that works. Disabled now works as well. Oh no, sorry, because I am just putting, I was trying to put, okay. Okay, I think that this is good enough for me for right now. That's another another improvement to the code base. And so let's go on to the breadcrumbs. And just to be sure, I'll create a new conversation. And let's see, do I already have breadcrumbs along here? And yes, I do. So we want to update our breadcrumbs design. Okay, and let me see. The new design is over here. And we should have we will have multiple breadcrumbs, I think. And here we have the basic design. So the main design is here. Stories, core themes. Please update the design according to Figma and consider options for the implementation of the proposed mobile design within the existing code base. So let's see. I want to kind of see if it can do that. It will review. Okay, I got recurrent implementation, plan the update the code, testing, and storybook. Okay, so it will look into all those things. So analyze the Figma file and summarize the key design changes and mobile requirements before coding. If you follow Figma's mobile suggestions. Is there a preferred mobile behavior, scroll, collapse, drop down, or should I strictly follow Figma's mobile suggestions? Let us quickly take a look here for mobile. It's drop down. For mobile, the suggestion is drop down. Let's see. Now I think I will have to probably look into more specific implementation. Okay, again, it was unable to fetch the Figma file, so it sometimes happens for some reason. Try again to access Figma here. This is the overall port. This is the example of breadcrumbs when used with title, with heading. Okay, it's still trying to do too much. Why was it going into INTL? Okay, now it's doing something too eager. You know, if this wasn't for free, I would not be happy. I would be like doing too much stuff, and I'm sure all of those are going to cost credits. So we have to be careful on that. Okay. So there's been custom style select component, which I don't think it might be necessary. We use area as for primitive. Check their check. They have something that we can use for the mobile implementation. For now, please proceed with updating the look of desktop version breadcrumbs. Let's see if we can find AreaKit. And let me jump over here if I've put it correctly. They should be able to find area kit like that. But looking at simple select, okay, analyzing. I don't remember if Claude also does this analysis in chunks. That's or if it can actually analyze the entire file in one go. I'll have to watch more closely Claude when I get back to it. Because right now, as I said, since it's free, since there are no limits on GPT 4.1, I'm using it, testing it, putting out video, providing feedback. But I don't think, as it is right now, I don't think I would go and use it beyond these, testings. So that's yeah, that will be something that that's something that will definitely have to be checked into. Okay, so we have here some changes. I am not sure that's how it should look like. If I look at the design, that's a nope. The colors are wrong. Let's just put it that way. The colors don't look correct. Correct in a storybook. Please check to make sure that crumbs are displayed correctly and add any new story if needed. Let's see. Let's see if it can fix the things there as well. And we have about 14 minutes. I have a hard stop at 6 o'clock because I have a meeting and I will probably have to start getting back on dinner. So let's see how far we can get here. Text decoration, okay. Oh, still analyzing. There's a again, but it's analyzing the same files again, which I don't know. I will have to really start watching Claude a bit more closely because I think, at least from the vibe I remember with Claude 3.7, this was not there wasn't so much analysis going on, maybe, and I'm kind of wondering maybe if there isn't something I can do to make GPT not to have constantly analyze things like this. So added story with show what might look with active and inactive links, added light theme and dark theme story using theme provider to demonstrate appearance in both light and dark modes. You don't have to, but okay. This allows you to visually verify. And next steps. Okay. Nice animation. Light theme and dark theme really not there. So I will say you don't need to do light and dark theme specific stories, as we have a global switch that which is the theme in storybook. That's one thing. The links got good. Still the default color in light theme is light gray for the text and carrots. Carrots and bread. Bread/carrots, which makes it difficult to see on white background. Please refer to the design where the carrots are primary color and text is dark or black in light theme. Let's see, and I'm not exactly sure where this is coming from. It's because you use your palette font 1. So let's see. Light. Let me see in the palette here. It's no, this is exactly what I want to avoid. Let me accept this part. Chevron, not that, not okay. Let's jump here. Okay, the chevron is now correct. Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is getting a bit stuck there on the stuff. Let's remove the dark theme and light theme. That one is not necessary. And oops. Okay, so chevron is now correct color, but the entry that is not a link is link still has the wrong color. Let's see if that is enough to nudge it. And I can already start preparing the next one. Please use palette helper function from styled tools instead of accessing the theme directly. Let's put that in there. Okay, done. Just need to get this black and I'm happy. Oh, well, look at that. Finally. And in the dark theme, this doesn't look, I don't think that it changes here. So let's, just in case, as a final check, spin up Glitter Universe over here, and we shall actually see the results right here to see what's going to happen in the dark theme with the provided colors. Just want to check here. Yes. Oh, it uses palette black instead of. Okay, let's go back to the. Let's just do grayscale, because I do believe that on grayscale, at least on the light, the number 1 is black. So this one might be actually correct like this. And Henry, I think we'll have to kind of reconsider how it looks in the dark theme. Okay. Oh, well, almost. And again, here this black instead of font headline. That's fine. But let's use the grayscale. So that way it's always like that. Again. So chevron is correct. And now we have a nice animation there as well for that. Okay. That's that. Okay, everybody, time for questions, suggestions, what to do next. There's always a lot of things. I think what I will try is, whenever like I'm on a meeting where I don't have to pay 100% attention, or where I can have kind of run it in the background, I will use it to generate more storybooks, more stories in the storybooks, so that we have more code covered like that. And the big test probably for next time will be how well can it write automated testing, like end-to-end or unit testing, because that's another thing that I hate to do and I'm struggling with. So that will be the next test that I will be doing. That said, my next stream is not going to be on Monday, or actually on Friday, because of Easter. So I will be back on Tuesday, the 22nd, at the usual time at 4 p.m. Central European time. Let's see. And that stream is not going to be necessarily about AI, but it's going to be probably more non-technical. It will be like post-Easter stream, so I'll be more into the creative side of things. So let's kind of stop sharing here. Let's have a nice face-to-face conversation. So that's where I'll be kind of going. So it will be kind of a bit of everything. It will probably also discuss the impact of AI and on society and other interesting thing, world building. So it will be a fun chat for different issues. If you want help with Meteor related stuff or potentially React related stuff, or especially those two together, you can go to mycall.com/storyteller and you can schedule a chat with me. I'll be happy to assist you. One more time again, GitHub sponsors, if you would like me to test more of these tools or other development tools and work more on open source, then github.com/sponsor/storytellercz. I would highly recommend, if there's something you consider, to do this pretty soon, because I will be completely rebuilding my sponsorships. So now you have a chance to get grandfathered in, probably for a better price for a sponsorship. Or you can maybe wait a little bit when I actually finish my restructuring, and there will be more different stuff. Or you can always do custom sponsorship as well. So that was that. Everybody have a great day. Happy Easter and other holidays that you might have right now. If not, then at least enjoy the upcoming weekend and rest of the week. I will see you, as I said, next week on Tuesday, and we'll see what I can figure out in the meantime.